Hey guys, we're back with another Inktense tutorial today. Today it's backgrounds. Um, the probably the most often time that I use this is when I'm being like really lazy, and I don't want to color a setting for a gem that I want to do or something like that. I'd rather just doodle over it and not sit there and color it in so it looks right. Kind of like I did with this one. I'd rather just doodle all over it. Just fine. I think it looks good. I like it like that. So, that's kind of the idea we're going for. It's kind of a weird, like, distressed fade in, fade out kind of look that I like to go for. And just have the colors kind of blend and fade and mix into one another. If you want it to be more precise and whatnot, you definitely can. But it's very simple. It's for when I'm tired, basically, um, and don't want to do, like I said, like a huge thing. So let me show you how I do this. Let me get out my little tiny box of Inktense here. I think I'm going to be doing like, I don't know, maybe like a green gem or a blue gem. And so I wanted to have some like differing but warm colors in the background so that it gave it some pump, I guess. So I'm going to get out this one, which is Baked Earth. It is, let me show you my little squatch. That one, okay. And then I think I'm going to get, let's see. I don't want to use a green with an orange. Actually, I could use that one. This one is leaf green. I don't think it looks very leaf green. It's more like a moss or a dying leaves green. I wouldn't call it leaves green. I'd call it like dying leaves green or something. Anyway, I'm not the one in charge of, telling them what their colors ought to be. So, and then I think my punch color will be the orange over here, which is tangerine. I think that's the one I work with. And basically what I'm going to do is just, oh, where did it go? This one. Use the Baked Earth, which is that very light brownish. I'm just going to kind of very gently go over it where I kind of want this color. And I do kind of want it everywhere, but want it like thicker and more pigmented in some areas, like over here, and then it'll kind of drift off over there. And if you color on the side of your pencil instead of like on the tip, you won't get it into the tooth of the paper as much, and you don't want that, so that's a good thing. When you're working with these, if you want them to be more of a wash, you don't want to work it into the tooth of the paper as much. You want to let the water do that after it's already dissolved the pigment. So, I just use the side of it, go around here. And all of these colors are going to blend together and look really cool. So, I'm not worried about having great technique or anything here because these are to be used with water. So, yeah, so that looks super awesome, right? See. I think it looks a little bit too divided into quadrants here. And then you can always go back in after you've done it and do different colors and whatnot. Okay, this is our dead leaf green. It doesn't say that, but that's what I'm going to call it because it doesn't look like a leaf green to me. Like, it reminds me of, like, moss. Like, moss agate would look like or something. Like that kind of a color. Not bright leaf green like most would make me think of. And this technique can be used on just about any paper because you don't need a whole bunch of water to get it to activate or anything when you're doing a light wash on the back like this. Just be careful not to use too much water, because if you're using it on regular paper like copy paper, or even like slightly heavier paper, you don't want the paper to warp too bad. And you also want to let it dry afterwards. This is one of those little, oh, it's on the back of that, whatever, cards. And so it has some water absorbency, which is really good for this. If you wanted to do this, though, on watercolor paper, it would probably be thebomb.com. And this is my punch color, so I just want it to be in, like, different places. And I call it my punch color just because it's the brightest in the bunch. I just want it to peek out here and there. Okay, and then we just get our little paintbrush. This is my paintbrush. That paintbrush. And my water, wherever it went. And I do have my paper towel. I don't know how much I will use it because I'm going to go real fast. But I do have it in case I need it. So, dip it here in my water. And then I'm not making it undamp or anything because I'm going to go real quick and go over this because I want to all blend it out. And you do need some water to get this to go. That's just all I'm wanting to do with this. It's just, you can see I'm using quite a bit of water, but I'm going really quick, so it's spreading out and dissolving together real fast. And that's what I want. These tiles also, like I said, are really water absorbent, so that's why I'm using a little bit more water than I would probably normally use. And this is just to get that cool background distress look. See, it just barely leaves, like, it leaves puddles of color, but not pencil marks and stuff, which is good. So I like it to blend all out. Like that. It covers all your white spaces. If you had an aqua brush, you wouldn't have to keep dipping it in there, obviously, but I don't have one of those. I had a couple, and they were just really, really bad quality, and so I didn't really like that. So you have it. If you're doing it on watercolor paper, obviously you won't get some of these marks that I do, because this paper is so absorbent, but that's what I do to get that cool distress look, and I like that because then I can just draw on top of it and it looks really neat, and I don't have to sit and color in the setting super detailed, and sometimes that just gets old for me, which is fine. I'm odd, I know. So that is our little Inktense background tutorial for today. And then as soon as this dries, which isn't actually going to take that long, I don't think. I'm just going to doodle over it, and then I'm going to get into doing a gem on top of that. Maybe with this orange, I could bring in like an orangey red thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, well, I hope you use this at some point, and if not, I hope you've at least learned something from it that you can use in the future. Just don't be afraid to experiment with these and find out what you like to do with them and how you like to manipulate them with an aqua brush or with just a regular paintbrush and water. If you like to use them dry or however you like to use them, just experiment and find out what you like with them. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye.